Let's do it now. All right. Are we live? I believe we might be. Okay, live on Twitch. What about YouTube? Are you gonna catch up, YouTube? Oh, it's trying. It's saying something. Any moment now. All right, notifications coming in. And we are live, and let's see if the chat works. Welcome to Code Hangout number 111. Endless puzzles, which is exactly what we're gonna try to accomplish today. So this is something I've always wanted to do, not least because I want it for myself. And those are the features that always get built first, or not first, but most reliably. So the idea is basically to have a place to go to just play some simple puzzles, you know, basic like killers or some windokus or some X window Sudokus, etc. Nothing complicated, nothing, you know, no 40-minute solve pass, you know, something quick, 5, 10, 15 minutes. Dare say gas level, maybe even simpler than that, not as exciting, not necessarily handcraft, generated puzzles, but just something to fill in the gap between access to higher quality puzzles, something for me to test, and just generally a place for me to test server tech, to test how to visualize and display groups of puzzles, maybe pack related stuff. I've always wanted to have data structures for puzzle packs and puzzle series and so on and so forth. And I've been collecting various puzzles, lists, and so on. And I just want to try to put something together, especially now we have the API for storing short URLs. So maybe I can integrate it with that. So it's going to be a relative, as simple as I can make it. But there's a couple of caveats that I definitely want to pay attention to. So for one thing, I don't want to have, you know, 100,000 puzzles that somebody can just download from a URL and hit my server and download 10 megabytes of stuff. But at the same time, I want the puzzles to be not all just random ID. So I want somebody to be able to play a puzzle and send a link to somebody else and then play the next puzzle. They both will get the same quote unquote next puzzle, right? So for this sort of experiment, what I would like to do is to have each puzzle link to a next puzzle. So yeah, you can pull 1,000 puzzles, but you have to load a puzzle, get the ID, load the next puzzle, get the ID. You know, you don't get just 100 or 1,000 puzzles at once. And then the idea would be, okay, let's start writing some of these points down. So endless puzzles. We want to show some puzzles, you know, 1 to 5 puzzles to choose from. So basically, it's not just one puzzle, and if you don't solve it, you're screwed, you know? No, there's, you know, a couple of puzzles, but to get more, you have to solve the next puzzle, right? Show 1 to 5 puzzles to choose from. When a puzzle is solved, a new one is added to list. So puzzles can be skipped, which hides them, and solved puzzles are also hidden, archived. So the idea is that the basic display has basically your 5 puzzles, or maybe 3 by 3, you know, maybe 9 puzzles. Maybe we use the UI from SudokuPad, right? Maybe 9, right? And the idea being that you can have multiple puzzles in progress. Maybe you have a killer and maybe you spot another one you want to play, and you know, and it's also, you know, again, it's maybe in the future you can add other puzzles into the list and so on and so forth. But then you have, as you solve a puzzle, you can either leave it on that list, or it automatically goes into a secondary list or whatever. But then you basically have a list with a history of your past puzzles, right? And the idea is this whole thing should be as much as possible client tech powered, right? So the idea is the server, there's no state on the server, there's no user accounts, nothing like that, right? So the client just, and if you wipe the state on your client, that sucks, right? But it might just start you off with random new puzzles, you know? It's not like you have to replay all the puzzles to get back to the same one. So not necessarily everybody starts at the same puzzle. But we'll see. Maybe initially that's how it works. And you just have to skip back through. The idea is, you know, maybe there will be a 10,000 or 100,000 puzzles in the list. So it would take a long time for an individual to actually get through the puzzles, you know? Client-side tech. So let's think about what kind of state we need to have on the client, right? Client state. So we don't want to have state on the server, right? So we want, solved puzzles. But that's not really important. That information should be losable, right? And it should be the information that gets deleted if space runs out, right? And we should ideally deal with short IDs, so we don't have to store all the puzzles on the client. But we might want to cache them, right? Client state, solve puzzles, skipped puzzles. Now the skipped puzzles might just be a list. So we have solve history, right? List of IDs, probably, right? And then we have current puzzles. And then, perhaps cache puzzles, thumbs, etc., right? And maybe even spell words right. So then the idea would be, as I skip a puzzle, I get a new puzzle. Maybe, that 3x3 visualization might actually be kind of handy. Right. So, initial state from new user, right? So if a user contacts the server without having any kind of state on this endless puzzles thing, either the server just gives the user the specific same 3 puzzles or a random set. So the problem with giving the same 3 is that, the problem with giving the same, like having a specific set of 9 starter puzzles, is that if somebody loses their state and they start over, they get the same puzzles again. The advantage is that people can see the same puzzles and they can share them. But we could do something like, we could just pick the same puzzles per date or something like that, right? And then each puzzle, and I think the way I want to handle it internally is, so I don't have any state on the server, is that each puzzle just has an ID of a next puzzle, which is basically just random, right? And we'll seed the initial list with, 100 or 1,000 puzzles to test. Because obviously one problem is that if I want to add new puzzles into the list, I don't want to only have, I can really only add them to the end of the list. Otherwise, well, maybe not. Yeah. Well, otherwise, the problem is if 2 people solve the same puzzle, but they got it at a different time, and I was thinking of embedding the ID actually into the puzzle data itself, because that's something I want to do in the future anyway. So have puzzles point at another puzzle, and I might just try it with this. Or I can just have the server respond. So I can say, hey, give me the next puzzle for puzzle X, right? So 9 puzzles determined by date, maybe. So the same, if 2 players start on the same day, people can race each other or things like that, We'll see. The other option would be to just have another option would be that if a puzzle is loaded, it's added to the current set or replaces one in the current set randomly. I don't know. Maybe the current set just grows, right? Maybe it's not 9, maybe it starts with 3, and then players can just request additional puzzles. I don't know. But let's bring up the UI from SudokuPad, because I think we kind of want to base it on that a little bit. So let's open a new one here. Let's bring it over here. Do I want to test? I just want to quickly look at it for kind of just to look at the I think it's going to be under 8080. Just to look at the listing UI, basically. So I think this one is the fastest one to start up. Yeah. Right, so we have this listing UI, right? Now, for now, I might just prototype it with the thumbnail server. But I think it's storing the puzzles separately, so I have to kind of see if it's maybe worthwhile to kind of store the thumbnail specifically for this project as well. All right, making sure stream is running. All right, so kind of something like that. But ideally, it's a fixed HTML file. So in other words, it's not dynamic code. There's no server-side code to support this. That's the idea, that it's completely static. So we're gonna have to figure out a place where we're gonna put it. But because it's just static, we can potentially just put it anywhere we want, right? It'll just be a file here. And I think if we call it a folder like endless, it might even work. But I think under Firebase, I need to configure it. So under Firebase, I have to tell it kind of like, if we go here, it goes there, right? And if we go to something like endless, it goes to endless, something like that. Killer box. Shortcuts, killerbox.html. What is this? Oh, I did some weird stuff there. All right. Well, let's try this. I don't even know how that would work. Endless. Yeah, no. This would have to be before this. Something like that. And we'd actually have to restart the thing. All right. So let's make sure endless.html actually exists. Right. And we'll save that under staging. Endless.html, something like that. Then we're going to restart our Firebase server. And then eventually, sooner or later, if I do, let's see if that works directly on the 5000 host. Because the 9012 port goes through the SudokuPad server software. But if I don't have to use it and can make that compatible with the legacy stuff, with the Firebase server, that would be great. And it would also mean fewer server resources, right? Except it takes so long to start. My god, Firebase is terrible. Oop. I'll make this a bit bigger so you guys can see better. All right. Is that it? Hey, all right, that works. Sweet. Does it work through here? No. So I have to configure the server software to recognize this URL. All right, makes sense. So we have this. Oh yeah, of course, because this is basically in place of the Firebase server. Yeah, that completely bypasses it. I forgot about that. All right. Puzzles. So just like we have this route, we also have a non-Sudoku route here. Where does that go? Images, Sudoku, and this one, right? So we also have route. We'll just do something like this. Boom, / endless. For now. we might have to decide what comes after endless. For now, yeah, for now, I don't want it to... I think for now, it's just going to be only this thing. And then we'll just bring up endless.html. And if I do that, that works. All right. And then here, we'll basically have to build something... We want to maybe start with the basic styles of like a plain, like the plain index web page, like this one. So just the basic stuff without all the content. So just as a reminder, that's this page. But we might want to update that styling then. I don't know where. Maybe Sven Codes is the most recent one. But for now, we're just going to remove it all and give ourselves a blank slate. I just want to have the basic styling available so I don't have to do that from scratch. Get rid of the hero banner. Page home, don't even know that matters. Get rid of that. Get rid of that for now. Get rid of all of this, I think, for now. Yeah, let's get rid of that to see what happens. And we'll call that SudokuPad Endless Puzzles by SudokuPad. Nope. Just gonna do this for now. Keep it simple. Go here. Okay. Have a look at what we got. Why do we have stylus 15? Console. Is that... What styles are running here? Oh, that's... That lives here? Okay, that's weird. Hello. Hello. Alright. So, let's refresh ourselves how the thumbnail API works, because I have not used it in ages. So, the thumbnail API lives under here. No, wait, it lives under API, so I'm not even running it right now. So we need to manually start it up. So that's this, that's that. So that should go here. 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 And what do we need to run here? No, that's the CTC app. I'm confusing myself. API, here we go, not Sudoku Scanner. That's a different project. All right. Nobody's in the chat today, but there's 5 viewers on YouTube. Say hi in the chat if the audio and video and everything is working all right and things are big enough and all that jazz. Test API. So I think I have to run the thumbs API separately. So I'm gonna put this into this window here because there's gonna be a lot of stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna close this one and create a fresh window. We're gonna go to the home, git root, API, npm run, test thumbs. I think that's all I have to do. If it still all works. I think that should get us to the API eventually. And then we can do test API. I don't think the thumbs workers I need to run separately. Oop, there's dirt on my screen. Okay. So this is on 9015. Okay, so I've been testing the counter here last. Ah, yeah, that page will help me. So if I do something like this, that should give me an idea of what I need to do. And refresh my mind, my memory. I'm gonna make this a bit smaller so I can see what's going on here. All right, test puzzles, yada yada yada. Test puzzle db post, puz hash. Fetch. So we need the pos hash. So I think we need to post to generate the thingamajig first. So it's this, slug, yada, yada, yada. Okay, so let's see where that gets tested. Handle submit. So I'm thinking it's all of this stuff. Form to payload. Actually, you know what? Let's load in one of our files that we've got prepared. So we should have something like this. There should be a puzzle in here. Right? We're gonna put that down here. Whoops. So we have something like this. And that would be, let's say, the URL for the puzzle. So if I open this, that should get us a puzzle. Okay, so there's a lovely little, tiny little killer, simple little killer thing. So now, if we go to the test API, we put that here, and this should have an ID. So something like this. We're not going to use that for the slug eventually, but, or actually, let's call this endless test 01. All right, and then I'm going to open the network tab because I want to actually see what it's posting, so I can clone that method. Let's hide that and submit. Error, puzzle must match the following. Oh, wow, it's that old. So the API does not support SCL. Okay, so we need to update the API. Let's make sure our Git is up to date. So I don't, yeah, that's fine. So we need to update this probably. And it's probably just the routes. Maybe. Probably. Perhaps. Counter API. Puzzle DB. So puzzle. Oh, it's so nice that I made nice error messages. Now I just have to remember where I put them. Puzzle must match. Should be here somewhere. Remember what? Maybe in these folders? Puzzle must. Also, why does it change that? No? Where does this error come from? So this posts to 915, which should be 915. Sorry, 9015. Which should be, which I'm not even passing through here. All right, I need to update that. I need to pass the ports in here, not because it's, even if it's the default one, because it'll help me to know, not have to look for it in the configuration, right? Thumbs is under 1601. So the configuration is in here, huh? It is not in the package JSON. That's fine. All right, so we're hitting 915. That takes us to the API server that hits the route PuzzleDB. All right, so we should have a handle somewhere here. Handle route PuzzleDB. There we go. It should be the post one. And then slug already exists. We don't hit this one. We are hitting error. Puzzle must match the following. How is there not? Or is that an error passed through from the 8? But can I? Should be anywhere here. Find this word. This there it is. Yeah, puzzle. Oh, it's from the YUP database thingamajig. What am I using this for, actually? What is yup? I forgot what yup is. What does yup do for me? Am I... npm yup. npm yup. Yup. It's literally just schema validation, huh? Alright, well... we're testing the schema somewhere. We're getting an error here. I wonder if we want to do nested tries here. So we could do something like this. Because I just wasted time here. I don't want to waste time here ever again in my life. Also, why did I change to writing error out? It's just going to be confusing. I don't know what I was thinking. Here we want to do... We want to throw, but the error here, because eventually the error ends up in an error handler, in an express error handler, express handle error up here. So we should have had a server error. Ah, here we go. Oh, I should have just looked here. Handle error, server error, and then we're returning error.message. So we want to modify error.message here. So let's rethrow it. If I do this here, and then see if I can modify the error message without creating a new error. We'll schema error. Right? If we do something like that, does that actually modify the message? Let's see if I can just submit this again. Schema error. Okay, seems to work. All right. Schema validation error. And then we just rethrow it. Beautiful. All right. So let's change the schema. We'll keep it simple for now. Actually, let's at least use the proper... nope, didn't want to do that. Let's use the proper regex that we're now using in Puzzle Loader. At least it's the same one, and we don't get like weird, spurious errors because of mismatched thingamajigs, right? So it's basically supposed to match this, right? Yeah, this is not an I, but I guess an I makes sense here. Although maybe not. Maybe it must be lowercase and uppercase won't be accepted. That's fine. And the only difference is this doesn't have a end thing, but that actually won't change how this works. And this doesn't include classic anymore. I think that's fine because we can use SFC for that. Yeah. So we can just do this. And if I now do this and I do a submit here, puzzle stored endless test 01. Okay. So now we get this. And if we, you know, I don't remember actually. How do these work? If I press this, or if I press this one, right? What does it actually request here? I need to zoom out a little bit. It's too chunky. That's... Oh, wait. So I'm an idiot. I don't actually need any of that. I should be able to do this. Huh. I could enable this for short URLs now, which might make sense. What I don't know right now is, are we caching thumbnails? Because I believe we do. Let's find out. Let's look at, there should be a cache folder here. Thumbnails, but how are they cached? Are they cached by some kind of hash or by the full shebang? So this is just an SVG, huh? And how does that okay, well, where does the caching happen? I feel like we're going a little bit down the rabbit hole, but at the same time, reviewing these things is definitely helpful. So let's see. The configuration should happen here. And the cache configuration should be here. And cache path. All right, so that should just be there. Cache path, cache path, cache path. Get some file name. So we're using get hash, which is this specific hash algorithm. And then it returns the hash there. So in other words, this, it generates the thing, the puzzle. Because the question is, can I get the thumbnail via the hash URL as well? So it gets this thumbnail URL, handle route thumbnail. Let's have a look at that. Hey, Mark, thanks for the check-in. I was getting nervous. So I have, you know, it was reporting 6 views. Ah, views, not viewers. Ah, okay. That makes more sense. I'm gonna respond to your stuff after the stream. All right, I can't split brain right now. So, are we using? Can I retrieve a thumbnail via the hash? I think I should be able to, but I can't know for sure until I double check this. Where's this being run? Route thumbnail. So that goes, maybe not. Fetch thumb. Fetch thumb. I think the best thing I can do is add short URL support and just as a local request to retrieve the puzzle data. But that's something we might actually do a little bit later. So for now, it's good enough to know that this is just what I need to do. So if we go back here and we go down here, right, and we have all of this. So that's the usual API. And then we should be able to insert that thing here. So let's go back to endless HTML. So we have something like this. Right. Why did it try to close div here? Oh, wait, because images don't work this way. All right. So let's do a little something here. Let's add a little bit of scripting here. Just something very quick. And we'll just grab a couple of puzzles. I think we need more than one. We'll just do something like, let's grab more than the minimum number required. All right. And I'm gonna work from here just to keep my sanity. So we'll do something like that. All right. And then we'll do, we'll create a div here, ID equals puzzle listing. All right. And then here we're just gonna do, we'll do puzzles.slice. We'll just grab 3, do it for each. And we'll just do, just do something like that. And then in here, we'll just do something like listing query selector We'll grab this. Just something. Let us prototype. And we'll do a listing. Dot insert insert adjacent. Is it insert adjacent? Insert adjacent adjacent HTML. I believe it's this. And then we'll just do that, yeah. And I think after, before end, I think is what we want. Oops. And then here, we'll just grab this. Whatever we can do the fastest right now. We'll stick the puzzle ID in here. I think that should do the trick, and that should generate the thumbnails and everything. And all right. Let's output these. And then at the end, we'll output the inner HTML of this thing as well. Oh, wait, I just called this function, which doesn't exist. And we should just do this dot alter HTML. Okay. And internal server error fetching thumbnail. SCL. So what is wrong with this compared to what our test page is doing here? Copy image address. Oh my god, the fireworks are going off again. It's a freaking disaster. All right, we have these. So if I open this, it should just get me the thumbnail, right? That should just work. Yeah. Now if I do the same thing with our puzzle here, if it doesn't work, I know we have an issue. Okay, internal server error fetching thumbnail. Oh my god, this is so noisy. Okay, so we are accepting those types of puzzles now, but maybe the thumb server does not. Okay, thumbnailer. No, not thumbnail. Thumb server. Thumb server. There's probably somewhere the regex that's trying to pull out either here or in the actual code of the thumbnail itself, which is also very likely. So somewhere here it's regexing against the CTC instead of SCL. Probably here. So we need to accept fpuz. And we probably want to do this in a more structured way. So let's import some of the updated code from puzzle loader. And in fact, is this not using puzzle loader or something similar? Yeah, this is running a copy of the thing somewhere here. Yeah, we probably need to update a bunch of stuff in here. All right. We probably want to be able to do these things up here. This is now the API server. We want the thumb server. So we got to go back to here. Index, thumb server, and get thumbnail here. So we're going to do this. And get thumbnail is loaded inside here, I believe. Get thumbnail. Get thumbnail. So we have puzzle loader. Okay, so let's see if we update puzzle loader here. Gotta be a bit careful, because if I update too many things, I'm gonna have to update everything, and then it might be too many things. But we actually need to update this anyways. I haven't even thought of that. Let's grab our new updated files. I don't think Puzzle Loader needs anything else. It might. I'm saying that, but it might. API. No, we need thumbs. Dub puzzle. All right. So we have Puzzle Loader. The annoying thing here is actually, let's not do this. Let's see if I can open one of these instances first, because I need to have eyeballs on this. I can't update this blindly. That's insane. I don't know what I was thinking. So let's go back to git root API. And then I think I can test run it here if I do this. I believe that just should start up one of these workers on this port. 16001. 16001. Right? If I spelled right. Localhost. Go here. Okay. And then it executes. It runs this. So inside the thumb server, it instantiates our remote browser instance, right? Puppeteer here. And response, request, init Puppeteer, and page, load page, create page. Fetch our resources. Init page debugger, load page. Go to server URL. Get server URL. Which is... okay, that's fine. Handle get thumb. Where do we get it? Create thumbnail. Create thumbnail. Create thumb task. And then, okay, here it is. Here finally it is. So it is running this with the puzzle data and some options, right? So get thumbnail needs to run. Let's figure out exactly what it needs. So get thumbnail probably wants this thing, right? And it probably needs options. And the options probably include a couple of things like width, height, yada, 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 right? So get thumbnail, get thumbnail, get thumbnail, options. So that gets passed straight through to thumbnailer. Options, get thumbnail, options. So we have width, height. So width 4, height 64. And then I believe it will have some kind of type. Image load. I think the type's handled here. Or is the type handled on the other end? Options. Options format. All right. So this may or may not work. Unsupported puzzle format undefined. Okay, let's wrap this up a little bit. And then here we can just do, in case it's async. I don't even know if it's async or not. Unsupported puzzle format. All right, so line 17. So this is where that happens. Okay, so now we should be able to do something like is SCF. Yeah. Because SCF is not handled by the puzzle loader, I believe. Well, we'll see. We'll see. That's something I need to add, actually. That. Let's just do this for a sec. Let's hope it still works-ish. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of ancillary scripts now that need to be updated when the main engine gets updated. I need to smoothen that out a little bit, that process. The engine needs to be more self-contained. All right. So now this should get at least up to this part. But perhaps it is not restarting correctly. I think test worker here might not be restarting correctly. Which package should it test? Some worker HTTP server. I don't know. Let's just do that. Format undefined, but it should get all the way to here, which it does not. Get thumbnail 17. Let format get password. So it's not using the latest, this updated version here. Is this being loaded from a different support server? Wait. This is loading it from... One second. This file comes from this port. So I'm running on this port, and let me bring these files into order because, my God, if I'm getting confused. So we're running a web server here. We've restarted this web server over here. So this file, cache wasn't disabled, so maybe it was cached. It was cached. Okay. So now we have a format here, SCL. And then we should be able to do something like, this should be able to, is this not async? Async, decode puzzle data, wait. Async. Right, so we should be able to just, should just be able to do something like let res equals puzzle loader dot fetch puzzle data. And that should get us an unparsed puzzle no matter what the URL is, and that should just work. Let's see. Format STL promise pending. Ah, wait. Okay. Now, why would it not just return this one? Because I haven't updated it yet. Duh. Okay. Because we're looking at the old stuff. So that needs a new puzzle loader. Okay. Now we do this. Oh my God, these fireworks. Can you guys hear them? God. One second. I'm gonna close some doors and windows. One second. Protect you. I should have. Did I not mute my? Guess I didn't mute my microphone. Yeah, the dog is hiding under the bed. It's the frickin' end of the world for him here. What did I just do? I think I just copied the file over. And now I need to refresh this, and I need to rerun this. And now it's doing that, and now we should be able to parse it. There should be a puzzle loader dot parse puzzle data. I don't think that's async even. Let's just open that up quickly here. Parse. Yeah, that's not even async. Sweet. So we can do this. And then we have a res. Now, I don't know if this is universally parsed now. Oh, that's not async. Oh, that won't work here. You know what? I'm gonna change the nomenclature. Puzzle ID. Puzzle ID, puzzle ID, puzzle ID, puzzle ID, puzzle ID, puzzle ID. Boom. Boom. And that should get us... I don't know what kind of parsing we want here. This wants it to SCL. Yeah, I think it's what we need. And if it can't parse it, what happens? Parse puzzle data. Parse puzzle data. Error. Puzzle. Puzzle. Swallows the error. Ugh, not sure if I like that. What we could do is we can grab the format after doing this, and we don't have to deal with remote mode formats, right? And then we can say if the format equals that, then we can do that. And obviously outputting format is not useful then. Can do something like that. More useful. And then else, we just return this. And, you know, that was kind of the idea of this code, to make all this sort of messy stuff more robust. And that should just do it. Okay. So now we should be able to not just do it on this special thingamajig we're running here, which isn't this one. Wait, we have this one, we have this one. This is yeah, this is the individual worker. So now we should also have this running here. Sweet. All right. And that should also mean this should work. Maybe it'll need some load spinners or whatnot. What's going on? What is going on? We have an image here. Open a new tab. And this one doesn't work now, suddenly. Why does this not work? Error fetching thumbnail. And what's the error? Error fetching thumbnail. Ah, maybe I need to restart this one as well. Although I think that should have restarted. So, what are we doing here? Okay. So if I refresh this now. More than one dies. Command failed with E quality 68. Command failed with E no ent. E no ent. Command failed. Yeah, the thumbnailer is not super reliable. Does... No, but it works for one puzzle. Why doesn't it work for the other ones? PNG quant isn't running. Why not? Exit code undefined. Signal undefined. How is this gonna be an error? Error in save thumb. Alright. Well, save thumb. Save thumb in thumb server. No? Here. Nope. Error in save thumb. Where is the save thumb? There. API server. Okay. Error in save thumb. Error in save thumb image min. Image min config. Code error number -2. And then image min comes from... Alright, well, error code -2. I don't know why these error numbers are negative. Alright, what's the syscall? Spawn, path, png quant, original message, command failed with, png quant, So if I just run this, what do I get? No such file or directory. Node modules. Maybe I need to install npm. png quant. It's there. Vendor. png quant. Did I install this under Windows? Yeah. That's awkward. But I'm pretty sure I've tested this. One sec. I'm gonna check this on the server because on Linux, I know this works, right? I have it running. So if I go here, png quant bin, vendor, png quant, png, oh no, there it is, png quant. png quant. Command not found. /. There we go. Here is the Windows version. So if I do npm install or reinstall png quant, because image min -png quant. The problem is I needed to force install the Linux version. Image min, yeah, this is misspelled. Image min. Because I'm running in a Linux environment here. Install. So can I do npm overwrite install? Can I do an install that overwrite? So, png reinstall. Do I have to remove first? Because now this is still there. So I feel like, do I have to remove it first? And the png quant bin, I don't even know which one installs that. So if I do npm remove png quant bin, I don't know the bin folder, who installs that. Remove image min -png quant. Error, e-axis. Sudo. Well, that doesn't work. I probably can't be running the server at the same time. So I'll probably need to kill all of these processes. Okay. I'm just gonna do it manually then. Be gone. I'm gonna move you. Nope, I have no blank desktop space to drag this to. Okay. Okay. Now if I install it, is it gonna install Windows or Linux binaries? This is not where I thought this project is going to go. And maybe what I should do is use the online, but even that won't work unless I rename them, which I could do to just get on with the prototyping, which is probably what I should do. But this is also useful work, to be fair. So, ImageMin, PNG Quant. Okay, and then PNG Quant, bin, vendor. Okay, so this looks like the Linux version. So that's good. So let's run this again. And then run this again. The weird thing is it worked for one of the screenshots, which is very strange. And then refresh this one. And we're still getting this error. We have that one. And if I open the second one, oops, I don't even know what that was. Open, reveal an application. No, open a new tab. External server error failed. Why? Why? Econ refused. Oh, yeah. All right, let's rerun the initial, the individual worker here, and test directly so we can have an insight into the error messages. Okay. So then we go to, is it here? No. Is it localhost 16? Okay. And the file that's failing, for example, this one. Now this one we've tested and it was working. Now if we test this one, with our little manual script here. Okay. Here. Wait. Why is this not loading? One 6001. I have a feeling some of these processes are not shut down correctly and are basically just hung there with ports blocked. So I might have to just kill some node processes here, including potentially ones that I want to keep running. Okay. Can we now do this again? Okay. Now, if I do this, and it works now, then I know that it was just some confusion. Alright, maybe it was just some confusion. So let's kill this one. Let's start up this one. And then we'll start up this one. Okay. And now refresh this one. And there we go. Okay, now it's working. All right. I'm not happy how fragile this is, but it is not. I might just offline pre-generate these thumbnails. So it's not really part of this little session. So let's go back to here. Let's make them a little bit bigger. Like that. And in theory, short IDs should work for these thumbnails. And did we break it again? I'm not seeing any errors here. All right, error fetching thumbnail is not super useful. Can we get more specific than that? Is Error in handle root thumbnail for URL. Error fetching thumbnail. Okay, it kind of just times out. The problem is it doesn't go into the underlying processes and get us the proper error messages back. Unless it does, and that's exactly what it is. Find error fetching. Fetching. Nope, fetching doesn't occur here. Doesn't occur here. Doesn't occur here. Maybe here? Fetching? Nope. Fetching? Nope. Fetching? Nope. The word fetching really does not occur in this file. Except where I just pasted it. Then where does this message come from? Okay, what about error? So we have error in handle thumbnail root. Maybe in API server. Error in handle thumbnail root. Error in handle root thumbnail. It's probably this. I'm guessing error fetching thumbnail is the error message. Okay. So this error happens somewhere here. Get thumb file name, send file, try, catch, catch. If I do that, so I'm guessing it's trying to read the file, doesn't find it, and then goes into the whole fetch thumbnail rigmarole, which is up here somewhere. Okay. So if I do that, keeping an eye on that little console at the bottom, which I think might be cut off for the stream. Let me bring... Ah, no, it's actually not cut off. There's just a second one underneath. Oh, and there's this underneath. Let's get rid of that. Error message. Error fetching thumbnail. Error message. Error fetching thumbnail. 503. So that's the message we're getting from get thumb URL. Wait. No, not... Get thumb. Ah. Yeah. What is the URL actually? So that's the URL that gets sent to the internal process. Okay. So it internally creates the thingamajig. No such file or directory. So where does it get this folder structure from? Fetch thumb. Okay, no, well, okay, no. So it tries to get it in case it's cached. Doesn't find it, exits out. That's why we end up here. Right? Now we're doing fetch thumb. So it errors out here. Then we're trying to get the thumbnail from the internal process. And I don't think we ever get out of fetch thumb, right? Because URL, fetch some URL, fetch some status. Okay, status 503. Okay, so why is that the status? When I request one of these. Except here it works fine. So if I open it directly like this, it seems to work fine. Ah, maybe not. So the page crashes, but I don't know why, obviously. Why would it tell me that? So annoying. Puppeteer. Is there a way for Puppeteer to just tell me what happened? Why the page crashed? What was the error? What crashed it? Like, seems to crash really freaking easily. He's just all crashing. Boom, crash, 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 crash. Why? Def SHM. What does that even mean? I don't use Docker. I'm not using Docker. Disable def share. I don't think that's the problem. I remember dealing with this before and, you know, it not being any of these things. Anyway, we can stick it in there. What is the Puppeteer configuration? Headless true. Disable window size, disable info bars, disable arcs. Def shim usage. Okay, so we do that. Okay. Are we getting crashes again? Shouldn't take this long. Not by a long shot. I've tested this. This was working much faster than this. I mean, we can just change the prefix. But I'd like to know why. Protocol error, target closed. What? Handle get... Oh, at least we're getting a little bit now? Error in handle... Handle get thumb. Wait. API server. Error in handle get thumb. Protocol error. Target closed. So that's more Puppeteer bollocking. Again, what does that mean? Is it still error memory errors? Oh my God, how annoying. I'm guessing I have to add that here. Okay, so it was a memory error, memory issue. All right. Yeah, I don't like this because I don't have that much memory on the server, and if it gets hit a lot, this could be a problem. All right, but we're a tiny step closer. So we can do this. Make them slightly bigger. Right, width equals 256. Height equals 256. And now it's out of memory again. Is that really happening? How many is it trying to run here at the same time? I don't think I have too many. So ID size, we've got a bunch of throttling here. Work account 4. What if I have only 2? Max tasks 100. So that should... The individual worker. Why does it say not ready yet? Wait a second. I have a feeling we have the same problem again, that the processes are not getting killed. Which is also a bit annoying that I can't just cleanly kill a process and have it actually be killed. I need to figure out how to name processes and just do a kill all in a script or something. Because if I need to restart the server like this and have these kind of problems, not great. All right, there's a lot of ops stuff, not so much front-end stuff, which is what we're really working on today. Can I get the high resolution here, please? Okay. Still getting protocol error? Are you kidding me? All right, are we running the 1601 here? Let's run the individual worker and see if that works. Nope. We actually need to run this, I think. If I do a 1024 by 1024 thumbnail, how big does it get? Get thumbnails not defined. Do I just do this? And then just do this? Seems to work just fine. And this is running the same code internally. Yeah, well, I killed a bunch of stuff, so probably some of the other servers are also killed right now. No, not this one. Don't know why that one is crashed right now. Oh, because the remote area is also not loaded. Problem is, if I still have weird stuff, what if I do kill all node? That should kill all the node processes, right? And then I should be able to just start up only this one. Right? And I should be able to run this one. And then I should be able to start up this one. And test with this. Okay, that's working now. Then I should be able to start up the API. The problem is if it's blowing up a gigabyte of memory and then crashes and can only do one thing at a time, and then boom, immediately it'll blow up. This one is working. That one worked. Except now it's not working anymore. All right, let's kill them all again. Let's run the thumbs API. And that should work if I run this one. And it did before. Okay, if I run it again, a second time, it immediately dies. So it only runs once. It doesn't free up any resources. Oh, this is asinine. This is ridiculous. All right, let's try to use the online thumbnail service because that's supposedly working, right? So we do API, SudokuPad, thumbs, thumbnail. Yeah, we'll just do that. See if that works. If that works, we'll just go with that. But I don't know why I can't keep it running stably locally. This is ridiculous. So that should be it. And then we should be able to just do this here. Like that. If I do that, then it's just configurable. Excuse me. Okay. So we do still need to run... No. We need to run... not this guy. Not this guy. We need to run this guy. Okay. And then we want to rename these. So we'll do puzzle id.place SCL at the beginning with CTC. And that should be compatible. There we go. Why does it work on my server and not locally? This is so weird. Maybe it's WSL things, I don't know. If I make them even bigger, although I don't want to make them too big, it still works. It does need a million megabytes, gigabytes of memory. All right, we're gonna work with that for now. At least they're cached, so it's not like a huge amount of bollocking, right? Okay, holy moly, we have done so little of what I actually wanted to do, and a lot of that is UI. Basically, what I need to do is, and I need to see. So the let's get this one up and running as well. Not this one, not this one, not this one, yeah, this one. Yeah. So this is actually super small in comparison. So we probably don't want to go this big. I wanted to make it a bit bigger. It looks nicer, but yeah, it's too small. Too small. Too small. All right. Let's try messing around with the styling a little bit. So instead of having content here in some arbitrary thing, we'll just get rid of this content thing and create our own area here. Okay. So what did we say? Let's get back to our to-do list, right? So we said we want to show maybe 9 puzzles. But let's not focus on that for now. Let's focus about the mechanic, right? So for now, I want to be able to dismiss a puzzle. I want to be able to add a puzzle. And I need to be able to find out the next puzzle, right? So right now, we don't have a next puzzle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to emulate or simulate this by going through these puzzles and processing these in some sort of sequence, right? So we need all the files to actually unpack these puzzles. But since we are on our normal thingamajig here, on our normal, what's the word? On the normal server, on the normal app server, they're just available, right? So I'm just going to have to look up the actual file names, but we can, and we need to load a bunch of support things. Also, this version number is not right, but we'll fix that later. So we need portable events, we need utility. Well, maybe we don't even need that. Let's see. We need puzzle loader and utilities for sure. Right. So we need utilities. Well, we definitely need puzzle loader, but we probably need utilities. If I do this, is it going to complain? Not yet. Not yet. So let's not do this just yet. Let's get a puzzle. Like that. And we want to do puzzle loader dot parse. I want to do this, parse puzzle data. Whoops. Why is it? Did I hit numlock? Puzzle ID. Let res equals, or let puzzle equals. And then, so that should be the parse puzzle. Puzzle loader is not defined because we're deferring here. Let's not defer. Load F puzzle. Okay, so we do need a couple of others. We need, in fact, namely, we need the big chongus up top, this guy. Like that. And for now, I'm gonna not version these. All right. Okay, so that gets us puzzle IDs. So now I want to basically inject a next puzzle into each of these. So we're gonna do something like let parsed equals puzzles.map puzzle ID to this. Something like that, right? And we probably want to do this to save ourselves some messiness here. And then we can just do this. Like that. And then parsed should be just 12 parsed puzzles here. Say that a million times quickly. All right. So step 2 is each puzzle needs a next puzzle. All right. So, and the next puzzle right now will just be the next one in the thingamajig, in the list. So parse dot for each puzzle IDX. If IDX is less than puzzle.length minus 1, we'll say we're just gonna log this out quickly. IDX, oops, IDX, IDX, and IDX plus 1. And we're just gonna handle this internally for now, and then later on we'll worry about unique IDs and all that stuff. I screwed something up. I screwed something up. It no longer sees the script. Oh, there we go. Yeah, all right. And nope. Okay. Gonna have to force it to output something so I know what's going on. If IDX is less than puzzles.length minus 1. Parsed for each. Parsed. IDX. It should. That should be so true. Oh, puzzle. There we go. All right. Let's go back and let's do that again. Okay, so these are the numbers. Then we'll do puzzle dot. Do they have metadata? Yes. They have metadata. Metadata. And let's just put this in here. Yeah. Equals metadata for and then puzzle.metadata dot next puzzle equals IDX plus 1. Right, and then we can output parsed at the end. And now each parsed item, each parsed puzzle should have metadata with the next puzzle in here. Okay. And now we should be able to recompress them as well. So we should be able to do parsed dot map. Now, one issue I have here is that this won't work. I'm not going to worry about that too much right now. So we want to puzzle, and we'll just, what do? We'll JSON dot string unify puzzle, and then we'll just load f. We'll just do this. Load. I think it's load, capital F, P, load F puzzle. And this is compress puzzle. Right. And we'll just do a SCL plus. Puzzle parsed code for each. Puzzle IDX. And we'll just do puzzles IDX equals. And that's all that's doing is it's currently just manually quickly transforming the data. But later on, that data will actually be like this on the server. Like that. All right. Okay. Then we can go back to the screenshots. I think it'll create new ones now. That's fine. So, and I have to think how I'm going to have this as an interface, right? Because one thing I've always wanted to do in the future, and I'm not going to do this right now, but to be able to have like basically a screenshot, like a little applet embedded in a web page that looks like a screenshot, but when you click on it, it just basically expands into the player. But we're not going to do that right now. So right now, actually, we're going to keep it super simple even. We're not even going to hotlink the image or anything like that. We're just going to create a little bit of a thing, right? So we have a little bit of HTML that we're sticking in there for each puzzle. And it's going to be a little div. And the div is going to have this image in it, right? And the image is going to have a little style like that. It's just going to be display lock like that. And ideally, we have things like names and stuff like that. But for these puzzles, maybe it's not even necessary. And we might even div wrap the image as well. Like good little CSS and HTML boys here. And then here, we're going to have basically buttons. We're going to even make them buttons. And we're just going to do value. No, actually, that works like that. We're just going to say play. I think we'll make a button, right? Right. And this is going to be loot left, padding 1 rem. Like that. Right. Then we have a play button. Kind of something like that. We'll have a play button. We'll have a dismiss button. All right. So if I dismiss a puzzle, it should grab. The thing is, right now we have let's say we have the next one of this one already on the list. So it basically needs to keep a track of puzzles we currently have and puzzles we've dismissed and things like that, right? So we're just gonna do this right now without persistence. So we're gonna create something like endless state, right? And we'll say we'll have a list of current puzzles, right? Current archive, current and archive, and that's all. And current, we're just gonna put ID 0 in here for now. And then we're gonna make a function that renders this stuff. So we can have kind of a loop of sorts, right? So we'll do a function, update display. We'll do just something like that, right? And here we're basically just going to look at these guys. So we'll do just something like this. Endless state dot current dot for each, right? And we'll map these. Map IDX to puzzles IDX. So we're just gonna use this as a stand-in for the server, basically. And now we're basically back to this. And we'll make a little helper function for that as well. Const render puzzle. And it's basically just this, right? We'll do this, and we're just going to return the HTML. Boom. Right, and then here, we'll do puzzle ID. This is just super prototypey. So we'll do render puzzle ID. Or we can even work on the indexes. Yeah, let's work with the indices here. No. Let's keep it simple. Keep it simple. All right, and then here we can just do this. Render puzzle. Like that. And we don't need any of this anymore, I believe. I need to do this. And then we can just do update display. And maybe we can do just state. State. And we'll do this. And then as we're pressing buttons and so on and so forth, I'm just gonna indent this now because it's starting to hurt my eyeballs a little bit. I'm gonna change these as well. Just because I'm used to having single quotes for strings and double quotes for stuff inside markup. All right. So this gets us a puzzle. One puzzle rendered. Sweet. And now we can say render puzzle. No, we can say update display. And then we can say current state.current and dismissed or archive state.archive. Like that. So get rid of that one. Puzzles, we probably don't need to output those either. And we probably don't need to output that anymore. And we can do, can we do, if I do object assign undefined like that, what do I get? Object assign undefined. If I do this, object.assign this. If I do this, object assign undefined, that works. Okay. And then we'll just do that. Like that. Right. Okay. So now when we're dismissing, and we'll even say which one is the next one. Play dismiss. And then we'll do a little display here. Span. We'll say next. And that'll be puzzles. Yeah, I'm going to work with IDXs so I can access everything here. So that's going to be this. We're going to do this equals puzzles IDX. Like that. And then we don't need to do the mapping down here. And now we can also do parsed IDX. And we don't have to, live parse them right now. But, in the final version, it doesn't really matter. Parsing a puzzle is not that expensive, and we're not doing it very often. Metadata.next puzzle. So if I do this, span. Right, and maybe we can do just that. Next. Okay, so then we want to hook up the dismiss button. All right. Can I just do this? Will that work? Yeah. Const handle dismiss. Can I just do that? Maybe. Let's find out. If I put a dismiss in here, like that. No. If I do that, yeah. If I do something like that, no. All right. Good enough for now. Don't need any arguments anyways. We might need a this, though. If I say this here... What do we get? I don't actually know. We're learning together here. I am getting the button. All right. Whoops. So that'll be the button. So if I click dismiss, we'll do this. And then we'll do a handle play. Nope. Nope. Did I do that? Yeah, I did. Right, play, dismiss. Play, dismiss. Okay. And from the dismiss, we should be able to find the index. Or we'll just pass that in here. Might make more sense, right? And then we can do something like data set idx id equals something like that. All right. We'll just call that ID for now. Later on, it won't be the index. It will be a genuine ID. So we can now dismiss ID. IDX. Oh. You know what? Screw IDX. Let's just go full hog here. ID. ID. Let's pretend we know what we're doing. At least. All right, so we want to dismiss the puzzle. Then we need to update the state. So we'll do that, right? And we want to basically remove this from current, but we also want to get the next ID, right? So let next ID equals puzzles ID dot metadata dot next puzzle. That should get us the next ID. Then we want to do endless state dot current dot splice, and I'm actually gonna do this const current archive, right? And we want to update these at the bottom here. So we want to do this current splice index of ID. And if I put a 1 here, I believe that'll just straight up remove it. Dismiss. Nope. Next ID. Next puzzle. Puzzles. Puzzle. Metadata. Did I capitalize it? Metadata next puzzle. Ah, parsed. Parsed. Net puzzle equals that. Get rid of this confusing terminology. All right. Dismiss. So that got removed from there. Then archive.push ID. Right. And we'll just do this if our archive.index of ID equals -1. Right. So that should push it onto the archive. Like that. And in the future, maybe the archive will be a separate button and people can open it and unhide things and whatnot. And then we also want to re-render this, right? So we kind of want to do this first. Like that. And then finally, we need to add the next ID back on. So current.push next ID. Like that. So dismiss. But now we also need to update the display. Yeah, let's not pass state in here. Let's just do what we did here. Let's just use a little global magic for now. And dismiss. 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 Okay. So next to the next, we also want to do an ID. So we'll do ID. And we'll just put ID here. Like that. And we want to initialize it with a couple of puzzles. Yeah, except we want to now choose a next ID that isn't already, like if I do this is now 1, 2, 1, 2, right? And if I do this, this becomes 2. And if I dismiss this, now they're all 2s, right? So we don't actually want that. So what we want to do is we want to find an ID that is not already on our archive. So basically, we always want to go next. We don't want to. I was going to say we don't want to go next on the highest ID, but the numbers aren't necessarily going to be consecutive, right? I don't want to make them guessable. They're really going to be just random numbers. So we basically just need to find a next ID that does work. Which also means, unfortunately, that we might end up with a puzzle on there whose next ID is already dismissed or whatnot, right? So really what we want to do is we don't actually care where the puzzle is. We just want to find one in the archive or not that isn't on the list yet. We don't actually care which one we choose this from. Ideally, we start from the one we're dismissing, but not really. Or maybe really. So next ID is here. So we've now dismissed this one. So first we want to... I'm just trying to think what the algorithm would be, right? So do we just willy-nilly go on to the next puzzle? Because what we could do is we could literally make a list of all next IDs and then just find the first one that's not already... Yeah, maybe that's the best thing to do, actually. So if I go in here, and we're just gonna do this, and we're gonna shorten this display here. Right, and we'll do the same thing up here. And for now, we're just gonna do this. And then we're going to do something like this, console.log, next IDs. And we're just going to do current dot map id parsed id dot metadata dot next puzzle. Right. And we'll do the same thing for archive secondarily. And see what that looks like. So if I press this, next IDs looks like that. And actually the mapping we can do once. We can do this. Like that. One moment. All right, let's not forget to unmute the microphone. Okay, so this gives us a list of candidate puzzles. So if I press dismiss now, this should be a singular list though. Why is it still 2 arrays? If I do this, what do I get? I feel like that should be a singular array. This array, and then... So 0, yeah, okay. Maybe I hadn't refreshed. Yeah, so these are our next IDs. And now we want to filter them. So we want to kind of say, okay, let known IDs equals these, right? Right, and then next IDs. Let next IDs equals known IDs dot yada yada yada. Right. And we're gonna output the known IDs here too. And then basically you just want to filter those away from so for example, I don't want to see 1 and 2 on here, right? So we're gonna filter these, and then dot filter ID known IDs dot index of includes ID. I think we can just do not this, and then it should in this case actually just give us 1 ID, right? The 3, which is fine. That's all we need. And if we don't have any IDs, then that means we're just out. So if and now we can just remove this and push it into the archive, right? And then we can just say if next IDs dot length greater than 0, next IDs 0. And that should work. So this should become... but it's changing position. So we actually want to... We want to splice this one in there. If it exists. So we kind of want to do this. Like that. Basically. We push this ID in here, otherwise null. I don't know what that looks like, but we'll find out. So if I dismiss this one, I want to I need to look up splice. It's one of those commands, just like reduce, that I always have to look up. So these are items we're gonna insert. Delete count, start, delete count, item, the elements to add at the array beginning from start. If you do not specify any on splice will only remove elements from the array. delete count should be 1. Okay, wait. Splice. I'm just gonna output the arguments that I'm using, which is these 3. So we have the index, that, and then a potential null. So I'm gonna dismiss the first one. So 0, 1, 0. Wait. ID, not ID. What am I doing? Next ID is 0. What I don't understand is how I ended up with 4. Maybe because... Oh, because I'm doing this as well. All right. We don't need that anymore. So I can dismiss this one. 0, 1, 3. 0, 1, 3. What happened there? Dismiss this one. We went from 0, 1, 2 to empty to 0. The splice command is 0. From position 0, remove 1 element and insert a 3. Does that not update in place? Splice method changes the contents of an array by removing and replacing. Let's just output the result of the splice command here as well. If I remove this, splice, yeah, it returns the removed element. And I'm still using the wrong stuff. Here we go. And the code that I removed here, I removed the adding it to the archive code, I think. So if I press this one, yeah, so this gets replaced by 3. Now if I replace this, it'll get replaced by 4. So it gets replaced by 5. And then eventually it, okay, we'll look into that in a second. Okay, first of all, because I'm not adding it to the archive, so it doesn't know not to re-add this at the end. All right, so if archive.index of ID equals -1, archive.push ID. So that should add it to the archive. The next undefined, and then it all crashes. Okay. So when next is undefined, we need to deal with something else. Next IDs, filter. So known IDs, 5, 2, so 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Next IDs becomes an array that includes undefined. How is that possible? Oh, because one of these will be undefined. ID is not equal undefined. And so we want to do this. Kind of jealous. Where are you gonna take him? Ah. Yeah. I don't know if I should finish early and come with you to drive you with a scooter. Otherwise you take the car. You don't have trouble with parking and stuff? No, I need to keep going a bit longer. I haven't gotten as far as I would have liked. Alright, I'll see you later. Huh? Alright. If I finish before you come back, maybe I can take the bottles or something. Alright, sorry guys. Oh yeah, so we'll dismiss. It's 8. If I dismiss this one now, 9. And then the next one is undefined. So the next one I dismiss, it should end up with... Should have filtered the undefined out of there. So next ID is an empty array, but splice end up with an undefined in here. So splice will insert an undefined. Oh, that's annoying. How can I... Will it? Wait a second. Will it actually put an undefined here? Because that's like as if I'm not adding an argument. Here. I'm surprised it does. I am surprised. I mean, we can filter them out after. Not a huge deal. I'm just a bit annoyed that it does that. Ah, wait a second. Current archive. So splice with undefined actually inserts something. Ah, that's annoying. We almost have to do like an if statement before the splice. So we kind of want to do basically we want to do this, right? If this is that, is it not equal to undefined, then we'll do this splice. I'm guessing, so verbose. I'm not used to writing code this verbose anymore. And then, boom, and then else. We just don't have that. And, yeah. Whoop. Wait. If archive... No. Aha, what am I doing? What am I doing? This is not it at all. If... Oh, that's what... Oh my god, I'm completely looking at the wrong thing, aren't I? Wait a second. Okay, forget this. Forget this. This has nothing to do with archive. If next IDs is or can I just I just do this, right? No, I don't think it'll work, right? Dismiss, and dismiss. No, it uses arguments.length or whatever. So if next ID 0, then we do that, else we do that, and we don't want to do it twice. And then now we can dismiss these. And now that's gone, and that's gone. And we're all gone. All right. All right, we can get rid of that. We can do that. Known IDs we do need. And that lets us dismiss these puzzles. Now what we don't have is we don't have a display of the thing, of the whatchamacallem, of the archived puzzles. And this, we want to do something like let next puzzle equals this. I think this will not work out if metadata doesn't exist. So let's just be very plain and simple here. Ah, well, we still need to do this anyways. So then we want to do a little conditional in here, like that. And we'll do this, else we do this. So now I can get rid of these. Boom, boom. Okay. And that's how we can just go through the puzzles. And then we can always render the archived ones separately. Right, so we can do something like... I have this here. Right. And we can probably do something like this. Dot map. Like that. Dot join. Something like that. And we'll just have this one insert. Kind of like that. All right. And at the same time, we can then add something like, what shall we do? Let's put it just underneath, I'd say. Puzzle archive. And these are somewhere. Archive element. Then we can just do something like archive element.inner GML. Yeah, we don't even need that now. Just do this. Equals archived. And what we could do is, I'm thinking we could literally make them into links to restore them. So we can do something like, we'll do these buttons, and we'll do archive.map ID, right? Button on click, handle, restore, ID, restore. Right? Dot join spaces, or and then that's just added in there. So we have something like this. And why are they next to each other? Display block. Is it because, oh, because I'm floating these, isn't that? Brr. Style. Right. So if I dismiss this, dismiss, okay. And then we can add the IDs in there. Restore that. And then we have a handle restore, which kind of more or less does the reverse of the dismissal. Something like this. Right. So we can do a handle restore. We'll do this. And then we'll just say if archive.index of ID not equal to -1. We'll just do basically this kind of thing. Current.splice. Now, when we're restoring it, we're adding effectively puzzles into this list and making this list longer. So, maintaining the maximum list length. Huh. I don't know exactly how I'm gonna handle that, actually. I haven't thought of that. We'll see, we'll see. So if I do this, I brain farted. What am I doing? Archive. So we know it's the index of ID is not, yeah. So this ID exists in the archive. So now we want archive.splice archive index ID yada 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 1. We don't insert something else. And then we'll do current dot push this. I think that returns an array. And then we'll do that, and then we'll do the update display after. Right. So I'll dismiss this one. Now if I restore 1, it goes here. I'll dismiss, dismiss, restore, restore, restore. So that obviously increases the length of the list. It was not really exactly what I want. So I have to decide if I want to keep the list a maximum. Like, we could do something like we could remove the latestly added one. We could... It's kind of hard because, like, we don't know... We probably should remove the rightmost one. Even though that might not be the latest, right? Because they're not in order. There's no order. If I finish... Yeah, maybe if I dismiss this one, maybe it shouldn't replace this one. I mean, I could mess around with dates and times. I'm just thinking about the user experience right now. I could mess around with date and times. It could replace the most recent one. But if I shift them all up by 1, so if I dismiss this one, all of these would scoot up by 1. That would maybe give more of the queue feel. So maybe I'll do it in a more simple way. So maybe I will do this. I will do this. So instead of doing this, and I'm going to keep this because I messed around so long to figure that out. We're just going to splice and remove. Then, if next ID 0 is a thing, then we're just going to push it to the end. Like that. So now the most recent one added is always at the end there. And then when we bring this one back, we'll do a current dot splice current dot length -1 1, and then we'll bring this one in like that. So if I now dismiss this one, they all push up by 1. But if I restore this one, it replaces the last one. If I dismiss it, it brings that one back. I think that makes sense now. All right, and then all I need to do now, what won't be easy to do here is to add progress display, because on the mobile app, of course, it updates the visual of the thumbnail with the progress made on that puzzle. If I can find that browser window amongst all these browser windows. Or maybe I don't have... Ah, no, here. So these obviously, which is nice, very nice. I mean, I could port the thumbnailer into the page, and that should really be running there. And in fact, that's probably how I'll do it in the end. Yeah, I kind of like this. And then play should be super easy. So this one would be just document.location location equals and it's really just the puzzle ID then, right? So it'll just be this puzzles, whoop. Something like this, puzzles ID, like that. If I output this twice, I'm curious actually what that'll look like with keep keep the maintaining the log, preserving the log. That's it. So if I play this, it'll I probably want to href it. dot href. I think I can do this, right? So if I open this one, 11, and this one has, what does it have? It has this horizontal 11 cage at the bottom. So that's that one. This is a 3 cage. All right. Now, the one thing it doesn't do is if you've completed a puzzle, it doesn't automatically figure that out. But, of course, we can, right? We can. At least I think we can. So, if I look at this puzzle, and I look at dot current, the internal puzzle ID is undefined. It has a title, but it doesn't have an internal ID. So if I put something in like this, right? Is it this one? I don't even know. New date. August 5th. No, it's not this one. Oop. What ID will it use? Source puzzle. Ah, there's the ID. 5, 6. Okay, so this is the ID. Where did that ID come from, though? Is it in the parse data? I am not 100% certain. Ah, yeah, no, it is. It is. Okay, so we should be able to check if a puzzle is completed. And I don't remember if the progress shows it. So I'm afraid we're gonna have to play one of these. So let's play this one, right? So let's play this one. I don't know if I've played this before. It doesn't look familiar. All right, let's do it quickly as I can do it. And then I want to see if I can determine very easily if the progress updates, right? Like if this puzzle has been completed, basically. So then I can auto dismiss it. That's kind of the point. So these are 7 9s, 7 9s. So that's a 7 9 pair in this box, which is actually kind of good for this one. High digits here. 1 or 2. No 1 or 2 here, but it has at least 1 or 2 in it. So there's got to be a 1 or 2 over here. There's some, I don't know, seeing all the dirt on my screen when the brightness is up and I'm streaming late at night. All right, 8 9. Anything that interferes with this? 5 6 8 9. If this is a, well, this is an 8 and 9 in it. This has an 8 or 9 in it. So there's no more 8 or 9s up here. Not super helpful. Can this be a 3 4? No, no 3 4. So that's a 1 2 5 6. That has a 5 or 6, and that has a 5 or 6. So these cannot be 5, 6, 8, 9, or 1, 2. So they're 3, 4, or 7. But no clue which one is which. 3, 4, 7. 3, it could be anything. Super useful. Let's see if there's any boxes with just one cell missing. So that's 20, 30, 36. That's a 9. Okay, that's good to know. It's a good start. That's something at least, right? So no 9 in here. Oh, that gets us a 7 here. So that doesn't have a 7 in it. So that's a 5 or 8. So now in this 10, we don't have a 7, 8, or 9. So that's a 4, 6. So these are 1, 2, and 3. And this is now a 7 or 8. That's a 7 or 9. Which means this doesn't have a 9 in it. And this one, okay, nothing there. 1, 2, 3. This doesn't have a 6 in it. That sees these. So this has got to be a 4 or 5. And there's a 3 here. And then a 1 or a 2 to go with the 4 or 5. All right. This doesn't have a 6 in it. Could have a 7 up here. This doesn't have a 9. We don't know about 8 or 7 yet, though. Okay. This one, we don't really know. This one doesn't have a 9. Alright. Anything else? This one has a 9 in it now. And this one has no 9 in it. This one has no 9 and no 8. Oop. No 8 and no 9. And this also has no 8 and no 9. So these are... Well, these are the remaining digits missing in the box. That I could have figured that out more easily. Okay. This has a 1 or 2 in it, but we knew that. This cannot be in here. Problem is, this can still be this digit. So we don't... Ah, wait, but it can't be a 6. So you have no 6s here. This one can't have a 4 in it. 3579. 3579. 39. Nah, not interesting. So this doesn't have a 6 in it. Could have a 3 over here. Alright. No 7 or 9. No 6. So it can't be this one. It can't have a 4 and a 5. So then it has a 1 in it. Okay, so that's not a 1. So I have a 1 in here, and then 2, 3, 7, 8. So 7 would be 3 here. Alright, let's have a look around. Anything else that's opened up? Anything else we haven't really paid attention to yet? 7, 7, 9. Ah, that can be an 8. Does that 5 help us? Yeah, it knocks one of these options out. 1, 2, 6, 7. 1, 2, 6, 7. We have a 6 or 7 here and a 6 or 7 here. That means no 6 or 7s here, no 5s, no 8, 9. So that's 1, 2, 3, or 4. So we have a 1 or 2 here. One of these is a 1 or 2. And the other one is a 3 or 4. That goes with these. Here can't be a 1. And it now cannot have an 8 in it either. Okay, so it does have a 9 over here. Oh, and it's actually here. That's useful. That, pretty sure the 10 gauge can't have a 9 in it. That's a 9 in it. So that's got a 3 or 4 and then a 6 or 7. Oop, but not here. So that doesn't have a 2 in it. 3, 4. So 3 4s match up here. So that can't be a 3, 4. And 6, 7 matches up with these. And then 1, 2 matches up with these as well. So the 1 is here. Okay. This has a 1 or 2 in it. Which wasn't, which is not a great surprise. This, no 1s, okay. No 9s on this one. No 8, that doesn't have an 8 in it. Anything else that's removed from here? Not really. Okay, oh, I'm slipping off my chair. Alright, got a whole bunch of 9s now. Let's see if that kind of pigeonholes things a bit more. This could still have a 9 in it. Does this need to have a 9 in it? No. And then up here, that can't have a 9 in it. 8 or 9, 8 or 9. So this has an 8 or 9, this has an 8 or 9. So this has to be an 8 or 9, right? Because if there's a 9 here... No, because the 8 could be wherever it wants to be, right? The 8s aren't limited the same way. 8 over here. Can the 8 be here? Yeah, if that's 3, that's possible. Can the 8 be here with a 9 if there's a 2 with it? And that's also possible. Don't like that. 3, 4, 6, 7. 3, 4, 6, 7. I feel like there's something here. This 24 cage is a bit awkward. 3, 4, it's like all 3, 4, 6, 7. It can have 1, 2, but not a third. So you can't have something that has 3, 4, and 6. For example, that's not possible. 3, 4, 7 isn't possible, right? Because this digit can be here, and one of these can be there, but then the other two cannot. So 4, 6, 7 isn't possible. 3, 6 is possible, right? Because one of them can be here and the other one can be here. 6, 7, 4, 4, 6, 3, 7, 3, 6. Okay, that's the only ones that I eliminate. This one, if I could eliminate this one, that would be great. Because then I knew for sure there's a 1 in here. For what that's worth, to be honest. 2, 3, 7, 8. So we have a 1, 2, 3, 7, 8. 7, 8. Oh, no 7s here. The 7 goes with a 3. So we can never have a 3 here. So there's either a 3 in here and a 7 here. Or an 8 and a 2 anywhere here. But it has a 2 or a 3 in here. So this can't be a 3 anymore. So this has a 4 or 7, which eliminates this option. So if it's a 4, then we have a... Also, the 7 has to be here. So this is a 7. That's a 4. And then... So it can't be this one. So now it has an 8 in it. But it can still... So it can be still 7, 8, the 2, or 4, 5, 8. That's a 4 or 7, so that's 2, 5, 8 here. With a guaranteed 8, which means no 8 here. Which means... 2 can still be anywhere. Ah, but now we have resolved these guys. And now that resolves this one. Alright. That's something. So that's a 5, 9. So that's not a 1, 5. That's not a 4. And that's a 6, 4. So now we're resolving some weird ones all over the place. It's kind of a 6 in it. That 2, 4. Does that do anything? 5, 9 here. 8, 8. 5. Oh, that can't be a 5 anymore. So that's 1, 6 now. That's not 1, 4. That's a 7. That gives us a 4 here. Goes with a 2, 8. Sorry, a 5, 8. Right? And then this is a 7. And now we have a 3 in here. No 2. No 8. That's a 4. It's a tie. 5. It's a tie? No, a 2. 1 and a 3. Oh. No. No, 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 no. Alright, we're screwing something up here. So, what did I eliminate? So we said that can't be a it can't be a 3. It has to be a 7. So that has to be a 4. But didn't I have an option with a 4 and a 7? Why did I eliminate this? Oh, let's see. Okay, if that's a 5, so that's got to be a 1, 3, the 2 here. So now this can't have a 3 in it, so it has to have an 8 in it, which means no 7. 1, 2, 8, so that's not an 8 now, and not a 2. But it can't be a 5 either. And what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This has to be a 7 after all. So 4, 6, 7. Why did I think the 8 had to be in here? I guess the 8 isn't in here. So these are 5 or 8. It's so odd now. I'm kind of... I hope I didn't make a different mistake and now I'm just eliminating the wrong things. This has to have a 5 in it. Oh. Yeah, that's not... Alright, I screwed something up. I'm gonna redo this. But we've learned a lot, so hopefully we can redo it quickly without making the same mistakes. So that's 10, 20, 33, 36, plus 9. So no 9 here. It's got a 9 in it. No 8 here, no 9 here. No 1 here, no 2 here. So that's 3, 4, 6, 7, 3, 4, 6, 7. Leaving 5 and 8 over here. So no 8 here and no 9 here. So also 3, 4, 6, 7. 8, 5. And this one is a 7, 9. And this one is also a 7, 9. 2, 3, 4. And this is a 5, 6, 8, 9. That can't be a 7. Alright, so this can't be a 3, 7. So that's 1, 2, 3. And that's a 7. That's a 9. So again, no 9 here, no 7 here. That's a 6, 9 here. All right, all right, all right, all right. No 4 here. So this one has to have 2 from 1 to 3, and then a 4, 5, or a 6, but it can't have a 6. So that's a 4, 5. And this one has to have a 3 in it. Okay. This 17 doesn't have a 9 in it. Does it have something else not in it? 7 would go here. 8 would go here. Can this have an 8 in it? Yes. Can this have an 8 in it? Yes. So in fact, they have 7 or 8 together. This one cannot be a 4, 5. And it can't have a 6 in it. So it has to have a 1 in it. 1, 2, 3, 7, 8. That can't be a 1. These can't be 7s. So this can't be the 3. 1, 2, 7, 8. All right. We've established this is a virtual 8-9 pair. And this one cannot be a 3-4 because then it would make this impossible. So this is a virtual 1-2 pair, and these are virtuals 5-6 pairs. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, 9. Okay. So that's how these are distributed. This is a 1, 2, 5, 6. So we have another virtual 5-6 pair here. Let's see, what else can we do here? 6, 6, 6. 1, 2. This one has one of 1, 2, and this one has the other one of 1, 2. But that means it can only have one of 1, 2, so all of these are out. And that means it has a 3 in it. And there's a 3 here, so that's a 3 suddenly. Okay, that's interesting. Didn't have that before. We're learning! No, we can't have a 9 anymore. And we can't have a 6 anymore. So, we have a 2, 4, 5, and 8. So there can't be a 2 in here. So this is 1, 3. This makes this a 5. This can't be a 3. So that's not a 7. No 3 here, no 1 here, no 4 here, no 3 here. Does that mean the 3 is in here? Yes. That means no 2, 5 here, and no 6, 8 here. And then 8 goes here, and 9 goes here. 1, 2, 8, and that's 4, the other part of 4, 7. So we have a 4 and a 7 in this guy. So that's a 6 suddenly. No 6 here, so that's a 3, 8. So this one we had before as a float 5, whatever. 5, 6, and that didn't work out at all. Alright, that's much better. So that's a 1, 5. And these two are 4s and 6s. 4, 5, and 2, 8. There we go. All right. Yeah. Okay, we're doing much better than before. No 3 here. So that's a 5, 7. So no 7 here. That's the 4, 6, and that's the 3, 7. So now this one, 3, 7, 1, 2. That's an 8, 2, 5, 7, 4, 6, 4, 5. Okay, that's the 4, 5, 6, 4, 9, 6. And this one now is 1, 8, 9. So we've got a 1, 8, and a 9. And then that gets us a 4 over here. 7, 4, 7, 3, 2, 6, 1. We can't have 5, 1 anymore. I don't know why it's at 6, 1, but it goes like that. 4, 6. So, no 4, 6 here. 3, 4. 3 goes here. 3, 4 actually goes here. And then this is 1 and 8. In this order. 1, 5, 9. Uh-oh. Nope. Back up. Back up. Ugh. Okay, there's something wrong on this side. I gotta be careful. 3 and 4. Where do they go in the box? Here. 3 and 4. And what's missing now? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 8. Did I screw that up before? No, that still needs a 1, 9 here. Oh, this is wrong. The 2 6 is wrong here. How did I end up with 2 6 here? Oh, these were wrong from the start. Well, we can have a 5 here, so that's 2 4, not 2 6. That becomes a 6, and that becomes a 4. So now 4 goes here, which means that... Oh, no. 4 is already here. Yeah, now the 4 is here, so all we know is the 3 goes here. Okay, that looks different now. Okay. This can't have a 3 in it. It can't have a 7 in it. So it's a 5, 6, 9. With a 5 and a 9 over here. And now this has a 4 in it. It doesn't have a 1 in it, so this becomes a 5. And then this has a 6 over here. And this cannot be a 9. And then this is a 1, 8, but it's not a 1, so it's an 8. And then these two are 1 and 3, and we know the order. And then this one is correct. This one is working out. This one is losing a ability to be a 9. It doesn't have a 3 in it either because of the column. That's a 2, 8. Resolves a couple of things at the top and the bottom. All right, we're getting there. We're getting there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then this is 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. 8 goes here, but it's not in the 8 cage, and apparently not in the 9 cage. And then this one cannot have a 3, 4 in it. It can have a 1 in it, so it's a 2, 5. Resolves these. And the remaining digits in this box are 3, 4, and 7. 4 can't be here, so that's a 5 or a 1. And it can't be a 5, apparently. And this 8 goes with a 3 to make 11. And this 4 goes with a 5 to make a 9. Which resolves a couple of more digits around the board. 1, 7, 2 here. Now 2 is resolved. 7, 3 is resolved. 6, 1 is resolved. All right. Home stretch. I'm a bit late to say home stretch, am I? 3. And these two are... Can't be 8. Can't be 3, 7. So that's 4, 6, which are resolved. And now we're missing 7 and 9. And that puts a 9 here and a 7 here. And we're done. So now what I want to figure out is, can I know if a puzzle is completed without running the replay? So let's go back to here. Actually, let's just put that... Yeah, let's just put that there. And that there. So if I refresh this, since we're on the same domain name, I should be able to access these. All right. So we're updating these here. But we should be able to output some stuff here. Like puzzle IDs, for example. The one has a hash number. That's odd. Okay. So now we can do something like local storage dot get pro. Are these prefixed to SudokuPad? No. So I could take something like this. Local storage dot get item. I think this is it. Okay. Now what this doesn't tell us is if the replay data is completed. All right, let's grab the replays. Progress local storage.get get item progress underscore puzzle.id. And I'm afraid we're gonna have to decode that. And the problem is I don't know if there's a marker about if it's finished. I think that's just kind of checker stuff. What we can do is we can look at the So if I open something like this, I'm getting this dialog, but I think it's using the checker to do this. Let's see if we can find out what's going on here. You've already solved this. Already solved this. So that's here. Show puzzle previously solved. Puzzle is completed. So we might have to... Yeah, it's running through the whole checker. This might be a little tricky, actually. These puzzles don't include a solution. The only thing I can do is maybe figure out if the whole board is filled. The problem is from the action list, that's actually not trivial. Let's have a quick look into how if I can just decode the progress sort of in a primitive fashion, you know, just to kind of get an idea. I don't think I'm actually storing the state in there, but I want to make sure. So replay decode. Replay. I don't think script replay.decode. Yeah, that won't be available here. Replay decode. Replay decode. JSON parse replay. So replay decode gets called here. Progress. Oh, yeah, that's not even encrypted and compressed, is it? No. It is. All right. Progress is string. JSON parse. Progress.replay. Decode replay. Data. I'm a little confused because that's definitely base 64 encoded. And I don't know where it's being decoded. Load progress. Progress, get item, progress. Progress dot replay. There's no... Oh yeah, okay. Wait. Progress dot replay. Replay decode, progress dot replay. So replay decode gets this thing. And how do we get to data? There's a thing called data here. JSON.parse? Oh yeah, okay. And then data. How is data being decoded? Decompressed, okay, here we go. Whew. So we should be able to do this. Endless.html, right? So replay progress. So let progress JSON.parse. So if we do this, we get this. So we'll do replay equals JSON. JSON.parse again, like that. And then we'll just take that here. Less typing than if I took this line. Okay, let's see where we get. Where we get to here. Progress. If progress, because obviously not every puzzle will have progress. Okay, if progress. So we get this. And then we should be able to decompress that. So we should be able to do decompress, and that's here. Replay data. And that would get us an action list. It does not get us a Final state. I don't like this. The whole thing is supposed to be smooth. And right now, without the full puzzle engine running, it doesn't seem to be very easy to determine. So what we might have to do is we might actually have to bring the puzzle engine into this. Kind of like how the mobile apps run. And have it running in the background so we can load in a replay and check and all that sort of stuff. We can use it to create the thumbnails as well. I don't know if it's worth releasing something at this stage. Kind of early on, with manual dismissal sort of thing. I think one part that I need to figure out exactly is, like, I'm gonna label these IDs, I'm gonna parse titles out of these, things like that. The nice thing about it is that this should also work fine on mobile. I'm gonna play another one and then I'm gonna call the end of the stream. But it's a bit of a rough skeleton. Like, I'm trying to think, is it worthwhile pursuing this before the mobile app update? Is this something I can put together fast enough that it's valuable to some people without it being, you know, horrific usability-wise? And does it actually add value at a stage that's simple enough that I can build it quickly enough that it's not going to delay other work, basically? Let's do this one. So that's 42 plus 9. Is that right? 16 plus 20 is 36, plus 6 is 42, plus 9 is 51, minus 45. 51 minus 45 is 6, so that's a 6. So now none of these have 6s in them. And none of them have 1s in them, so the 1 has to go with this one. And then none of these have 5s in them because they don't have 6s in them. Alright. And this doesn't have a 5 or a 6 in it. Alright. We have another easy wins anywhere. Short of these simple markups. Any kind of areas that are almost filled with just a little bit sticking out, kind of like this one. This one can't have a 6 in it. So it needs to be a 6 either here or here. That's not really very useful. These are all overlapping. What about this area? Alright, let's do it. 11, 24, 30, 40, 40, 61, 67, 67, 80, 60, 70, 80. Oh, I thought it was only this one. 80. So these three are 10. That's not useful at all. What about this? 12, 23, 31, 31, 31, 41, 43, 43, 52, minus 45. 52 minus 45 is 52 is 12 minus 5 is 7. So these two add up to 7. Oh, that doesn't seem very exciting. Doesn't seem very exciting at all. Not at all. Get a 6 out of here. 3 out of here already. 6 out of there. This can't have a 1 and a 5 in it. I'm trying to. It's a bit sad. It's a little sad. Alright, anything else? Well, let's see. God, freaking fireworks, so annoying. So this is 1 of 4, 5, 6. This has not necessarily 1 of 4, 5, 6. This is 1 of 4, 5. Can I eliminate anything in this line? Not really. There's like these bigger boxes. Like if I take this, but do I really want to math this? Just to get me, this gets me this cell basically. All right. Let's sum them up in the console. And I'm playing off screen again, aren't I? So silly. I probably did that earlier too. All right. So we have 11. Let's do it by head. It's 22, 32, 42, 52, 56, 58, 68, 78, 80, 91, 101, 108, 112, 124, 132, 132, 42, 47, 147, 156, 156, 166, 175, 175. So we have 175 minus 45 4 times gets us minus 5. So this is a 5 and that's a 3. What can we do with that? Well, that doesn't have a 5 in it. This doesn't have a 3 or a 5 in it. This doesn't have a 3 in it. Doesn't have a 3 in it. That's a 1, that's a 5. That doesn't have a 3 in it. This 5, can we take that? This, doesn't really help anybody. So 5 in one of these. This 3 isn't, 4, 5, 7, 8. 4, 5, 7, 8. 7, 8. 4, 5. This can't be a 4, 5. So that's a 1, 2, 7, 8 now. That's a 4, 5, 7, 8. So this doesn't have a 7 or an 8 in it. Okay. Basically, there's a 7, 8 in each of these, so there's no more 7, 8s in this column. 1, 4, 6. 1, 9. And this one. This one 4, 5. So this can't have. This can't. Let's see. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This cannot be a 7 or an 8. So this cannot be a 5 or a 6. 4, 5, 6, 9. So the 9 is either here or here. If it's here, that can't be a 1. 4, 5. 4, 6. This is a 4, 5. This would have to be a 1, 9. 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I don't think it'll get me any further than that. That can't be a 1. Chipping away at it. Chipping away. 6. 1, 5. 1, 5. This could still be the 7 over here. There's usually when these kind of boxes aligned like this, there's kind of a crossover where a particular option in one box can eliminate all the options from another, usually in mismatched boxes. The problem is when there's 3 options, that's much harder. We need to get it down to 2. Like if there's a 4, 5 in here, that wouldn't be possible, right? But we don't have that kind of box around here. 1, 4, 6, 9. Oof, it feels a little desperate. No low digits here. Yeah. Any other things? Well, we have something down here. So 11 plus 6, that's 17 plus 26 is 37 plus 6 is 43. 43. If this was a 1, this would be 42, and this would have to be a 3. This was a 1, this would be a 3. So this has got to be 2 bigger than that. Is that what I'm saying? So if this is a 6, for example, right? So this would be 20, 26, 37 plus 8. Yeah, so that's a can't be a 6. This can't be an 8. Can it be a 5? This is a 5, that's a 7. And if this is a 4, this has got to be a 2. So this has got to be a 2 or a 4. 2 or 5. We've reduced this even further. But we've reduced the wrong side of it. 1 second, let me just... Oh. Well, I missed the walk with the dog. Hope you guys appreciate the sacrifices I make. Can this have a 2 and a 5 in it? No, it must have a 2 and a 4 or 5 in it. So it can't be this one. It can't be this one. It could be this one. Could be this one, and this one. Does that eliminate anything interesting? Like, does it force a digit in here? No. Could still have a 7, 8, or 9 in it. Or 2 of them. And then, you know, it could have a 5 in it. Could basically have every digit in it still. It is getting a little narrow, though. Come on, come on. Where else? Where else can we look? 4, 5 doesn't have... There is a... this one has a 4, 5 in it. No, it could even have a 6, 7 in it. 6, 8. 6, 8. Oh, man. 3, 9. Thing is, there's very little alignment. Ah, wait, what? No. Ah, what did I say earlier about these? Let's see, 8, 20, 31, 40, 52. So these two have to add up to 7. Well, that only works if that's a 2. Okay, didn't expect that. That's so easy. Spoil me. 4, 8. Not a 4, 6. It's a 5, 1. If I take a 4 out of here, so it takes the 8 and 9 out of here. 9, 1, 6, 7, 4, 2. Okay. So no 4, no 7, no 8. That's a 2, 9. Alright. No 2. No 7, so that's a 3, 5. Which is also resolved. Then we have a 1 here. A 6 here. No, this can't have a 6 in it. It can't have a 5 in it, so it's a 4, 8, 9. 8, 9. The 4 sits here. So no 2, no 4, no 5. So it's a 3, 8. And that's a 6, 7. Alright. That's great. And now we know these cells. 3, 7, 8. We have a 3, 7, and an 8. Okay, now this one can't have a 7, or an 8, or a 3. So that's a 4, 5. And then the remaining digits for this box are a 1, a 6, and a 9. Now these can't be 4, can't be 9, so that's a 3, 8. And then this one is a 2, 9. One of our dog thinks that we're at fault for the fireworks. I mean, we're so powerful. We should be able to stop them. We really cared, right? Poor Toby. Alright, so there's a 5 here or here. Right, there's no 2 here. There is no 5 here and no 9 here, so that's a 4, 8. Like that. 8, 7, like that. And these 3 are 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 6, 7, 3, 6, 7, 3, 6, 7. We have 11 cages up here. Alright. What else we got? Ah, that's not a 3 because we have a 1, 3 pointing straight at it. So we have a 6 or a 7, so it's not this one. This can't have a 5 in it. 4, 8. That's nice. Nice to know. Makes this a 9 and a 6. 9 and a 5. Not a 5. A 5 over here. Makes this a 4, 5, 8. 4, 1, 6. Not an 8. It's a 5 and a 7 here. 8, 9 here. Let's see what we got here. Oh, Let's do this one first. We have 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. 7, 6, 3, 4. 4, 6, 7, 6. Okay, 7, 4. All right. We're almost there. Almost there. No 9. Can we do 2, 8? 8. 2, 8. Can we do 3, 7? 3, 7. All right, either one is still possible. Okay, what are these two? 1, 3. So this is an 8. Oh, can't be an 8. So that's a 3, 6. It's now got a 1 in it. It's a 7 down here. And that one is the missing digit, which is a 1. The 7 here. 3, 1, 8, 3, 5, 2, 7, 8, 2, 3, 8. All right, 3, 7, I guess. All right. 8, 3. This 10 gauge has to be 2, 8. And then these two are 1 and 9 and 4 and 7. And then we're missing a 2 and a 6. All right. So now if we go back, we should have two puzzles with replay data. All right. Before I finish, let's make a little to-do list here. And let's put it right at the top. Right at the top here. Don't really want that. We'll do this. All right. Unordered list. All right. So we need to generate thumbs locally. Bring in core engine. Generate thumbs locally. Analyze. Puzzle progress for automatic dismissal. Thumbs locally with progress. All right. Then these are kind of the three main items. Endless Puzzles is an idea to put up a page with some simple puzzles for people to just play. Probably like from lists of auto-generated puzzles. While they're waiting for their favorite daily to get released or a new Cracking the Cryptic video come out or whatever. Just, you know, because I've collected so many generated puzzles, big lists and stuff, and I want to make them easily available and make something where, you know, where people don't have access to bookmarklets or scripts or whatever, you know, on their phones or whatever, and they're just sitting on a train, they just want to waste some time. You know, why not have some generated killer puzzles or some Windoku puzzles or some basic puzzles from various locations and stuff. And I want to come up with like a simple interface where it just shows some thumbnails, you can play them. It's a little bit similar to the mobile app. You can dismiss them, and then you get your more puzzles. And then you can play it, and you just have, you know, a simple killer puzzle, for example, something like that. Nothing fancy, you know. But, you know, something to pass the time. Sometimes you don't want to play really clever puzzles and so on. And it's also a way to test some technology and because there's a whole bunch of plans I have for the mobile apps, you know, where setters can have publishing channels and things like that. How to visualize puzzle packs, how to display them, basically. You know, this could be a way of publishing a series, not just these random puzzles. You know, somebody could say, hey, after we've done this 30 puzzle series on video, we're going to publish it in a place like this, where you can just go and play them off, and it shows your progress and things like that, you know. And I'd really like to bring in the status display from here, from the mobile app. So, for example, if I go to resolutions, right? So, for example, a completed puzzle would show like this, blurred with a timer on top, and then you can see some information on it, you can replay it and stuff like that. So maybe I can bring some of that UI into something like this, and vice versa, use it as well to design new UI for the mobile app, right? I mean, the mobile app is the highest priority, but I got to build the code somewhere, and this is kind of a lot easier to build code in than in the mobile app itself. So that's what it's gonna be. You know, and I have a good collection of puzzles I can use. And yeah, let's see what if, let's say, dismiss this one, dismiss this one, dismiss, dismiss, dismiss. So let's say puzzle 8. Let's play puzzle 8. And leave that open here. I'm going to play one more. And then I'm going to call it a day for the stream. Getting tired. Oh, no, I can't play one more. The dog is on the way home. I forgot. All right, that's it. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for hanging out for today's code hangout. And if you enjoy what I do, if you enjoy SudokuPad, the web version, the support I do for various tools and so on for the community, for the setters and so on, and you want to support me, there's a Patreon you can go to, patreon.com/SvenCodes. Every support is appreciated very much. Unfortunately, I lost quite a few patrons recently because I think Patreon changed some billing things, and I don't know, some stuff fails, and I don't know if people actually wanted to cancel their support, but it happened. And I have so few supporters that, you know, even 2 or 3 are really hurts. So that's always appreciated. In the meantime, take care, have a good day, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.